Terms and conditions. The artist. Clause 0. Female artist must be between 20 and 60 years old. Non-binary artist must be between 20 and 30 years old. Male artist can be of any age. The artist born under horoscope signs Sagittarius, Aries, Libra, Leo, and Scorpio are preferred. The artist who has an international upbringing or is identified with LGBTQIA+, or is from a minority or marginalized community is preferred. However, the artist should not talk excessively about their minority or marginalized status in public. White male artists have no obligation to disclose their specific cultural background. Open bracket. White female artists have no obligation to disclose their special cultural background, but may choose to do so to distance themselves from their whiteness. Close bracket. The artist must have social capital coming from a community of European cultural heritage. The artist must have excellent written and spoken English. If not, the artist must find a third party to communicate on their behalf in fluent English. The artist must have excellent interpersonal skills. Open bracket. White male artists are exempt. Close bracket. The artist must be available to reply to all emails in less than 5 minutes. The artist must be ready to accept every opportunity, open bracket, exhibitions, interviews, publications, and job positions, close bracket, offered to them. The artist must have a good comprehension of fashion and social trends in Western societies. The artist must be resilient with a high emotional capacity and stress tolerance. Works. Clause 1. The artist's work shall be finished, original, and unique. The work may resemble works of other artists to the extent that there is no copyright dispute. They can be made of the same materials that other artists have used. If the work contains materials which contribute to a carbon footprint or endanger the environment, the artist must respond to criticism or protest brought by green activists. Please refer to public dispute items in Clause 13. The work must be presented in an aesthetic language which can be widely comprehended by the community from a European cultural heritage. The work should prioritize warm colors. The work can be craft, but its status as art must be dominant. The work can appear naive and raw, but it must include a statement to indicate the hidden philosophical concept or the implicit deep concern with social-political issues. Alternatively, such work must suggest a sophisticated production process or the use of extravagant materials. The work must be informed by European canon of art history and cultural traditions, as well as the history of British and North American contemporary art. The work may draw on cultural practice that are not from the artist's own cultural heritage. In case of any disputes caused by cultural appropriation, please refer to Clause 13. If the work is produced by artists with marginalized status, the work must include the content that directly reflects their identity. If the work is produced by artists with marginalized status, the work must include content that directly reflects their identity. The content of the work must be accessible to the exhibition audience. The work must cater to the intellectual level of the audience. The work can be provocative and critical. However, the work shall not include content that may provoke conflicts and arguments with any social or political parties that fund arts. The work must not be anti-Western, anti-democracy, or critique the government in any clear or concise way. The work must not directly address any partner organizations, associated brands, or advertisers. The work must not engage in illegal activities, open bracket, or at least not be caught within the time frame of the statutes of limitation, close bracket. The work cannot cause any damage to the reputation of partner organizations or any parties involved. The work should not be defamatory to a third person, especially those who are wealthy or have special protected social status. The exhibition agent reserves the rights to make alterations to the work or cancel the exhibition if the work addresses the following items. 1. Art institutions or commercial galleries other than exhibition agent. 2. Tobacco, alcohol, illicit drugs, or drug-related paraphernalia, open bracket, unless the exhibition agent is not sponsored by any companies that trade in those goods, close bracket. 3. Gambling, open bracket, unless the work uses scratch cards and there is no cash prize, close bracket. 4. Fossil fuels, open bracket, dirt, close bracket. 5. Behaviors which is illegal or its legality is questionable, open bracket, unless any illegal behavior is performed in a fictional way and the artist complying with the current statute of legal limitation, close bracket. 6. Suffering and violence, open bracket, unless the artist is male and the content is directly applied to himself, close bracket. 7. Firearms or any dangerous products. 8. Anything offensive or inappropriate, open bracket, including but not limited to views on race, gender, sexual orientation, political views, religious beliefs, sport team alignment, close bracket. 9. Anything that could be considered hate speech. If the artist and exhibition agent cannot reach agreement regarding to the above items, please refer to Clause 13. The work must bring some benefit to the exhibition agent, either to their financial profit or cultural capital. Term. Clause 2. The exhibition agent shall decide starting and finishing dates of a production and exhibition. If the artist cannot comply with a given schedule, the artist must provide convincing reasons in a well-written and diplomatic email. Open bracket. The following reason will not be accepted as valid. 1. Completing paid work outside the artist's practice. 2. Depression. 3. Homelessness. 4. The end of a family or close personal relation. 5. Disruption caused by acts of gods. For example, earthquake, flood, bushfire, famine, power or internet outage. 6. Rescheduling of a project that results in them occurring concurrently. 7. The artist's unexpected death. 8. Family members involved in war. This list is not exhausted. The exhibition agent reserves the right to not accept any other reasons offered by the artist. Close bracket. If any changes to the schedule are not caused by the artist should comply with the new schedule and show sympathy for the unfortunate situation. The artist is obliged to perform unremunerated overtime to complete the work and meet the agreed time frame. Sick leave is not applicable. If the artist has acquired a natural illness, open bracket, from outside their work environment or from a pre-existing conditions, close bracket, which requires medical attention and treatment during the agreed term, the artist will receive warm-hearted verbal sympathy from the exhibition agent and still be expected not to break the agreed term. If an agreement on the term cannot be reached, the artist will be excluded from the exhibition. Agency. Clause 3. The artist must agree that the exhibition agent has exclusive rights to make decisions on the presentation of the work and the promotion of content and sales. Those rights may include the creation of public profile content for the artist. The artist must accept that the exhibition agent can use their own interpretation of the concepts of the work when communicating with the audience, patrons, and government agents. The artist must show gratefulness and loyalty to the exhibition agent. The artist is obliged to inform the exhibition agent about any other commission works or sales that the artist is involved in. Exhibitions. Clause 4. The artist shall agree with the exhibition agent on matters such as the number of works exhibited, which works are included in the exhibition, how the works are presented. If the cultural politics or narrative of the exhibition are not from a Western perspective, the artist must provide additional public programs in English to educate the public so that they understand the context that the work is derived from, preferably providing free food. If not, the artist should accept that they may be excluded from the exhibition and understand that their reputation as an artist may be ruined. Transport of works. Clause 5. The artist must take the responsibility to pack the works in a safe and secure way for transporting them to the exhibition venue. The artist is obliged to supply detailed instruction with a visual illustration for packing the work, so that the exhibition agent can return the works. However, the exhibition agent reserves the right to not follow the given packing instruction. The exhibition agent is not responsible for any damage to the work during the return freight. The exhibition agent does not take a responsibility for archiving or holding the packing instructions. Installation, display, and maintenance of works. Clause 6. The artist must be available to assist with the installation of the exhibited works and to solve any difficulties. If the work is damaged during the exhibition, the artist must be available to repair the damage or to assist the exhibition agent. The artist must be available to assist with the installation of the exhibited works and to solve any difficulties. If the work is damaged during the exhibition, the artist must be available to repair the damage or assist the exhibition invigilator to mend the damage. The exhibition agent is not obliged to supply all the required installation equipment or disposables, open bracket, for example, screws, nails, cable clips, etc. Close bracket. The artist is responsible for the required tools and materials and must make them available during the installation. The exhibition agent can negotiate special equipment loans for the installation and exhibition. The exhibition agent reserves the right to replace the required equipment with a substitute they feel is adequate. The exhibition agent may choose to negotiate exhibition maintenance with the artist. The plan for maintenance of works during the exhibition will be decided by the exhibition agent and shaped in accordance with the artist's career status, racial profile, and cultural capital. However, the exhibition agent reserves the right to adjust the maintenance plan according to the invigilator's capacity. Price and commission. Clause 7. The artist is obliged to agree on the percentage of income from the sales that the exhibition agent wants. The artist may request an artist fee according to the industrial standard from the exhibition agent. However, the exhibition agent reserves the right not to pay the industry rate and negotiate a different amount. If a dispute occurs over the artist fee, please refer to Clause 13. Payment and costs. Clause 8. The artist must accept that their labor and time for the research and concept development will not be paid. The artist must agree that they are a low priority in the payment process and expect to be paid only after the exhibition is complete. Open bracket. The usual prioritized order for payments is frame maker, curator, admin staff, in-store crew, opening caterers, photographer, media manager, film crew, cleaners, and gallery invigilators, then the artist. If the budget runs out before the end of exhibition, the artist must agree that the payment can be delayed by the exhibition agent and will be transferred any time that is convenient to the exhibition agent. There will be no acknowledgement of the emotional labor of producing works. Emotional labor will not be remunerated for monetary equivalence. If the exhibition agent fails to pay the artist for their labor and production, the artist should accept that their labor and time have been taken as an in-kind support. They should also be prepared to take their payment in the non-monetary value of joy that they receive from making art. Alternatively, they shall allow the exhibition agent to replace money earned with exposure to the public. Goods and service tax. Clause 9. If the artist lives in Australia, the artist is obliged to have ABN. The artist must pay tax on the received artist fee and the sale of the works. The artist will not be paid superannuation. Any attempt by artists to cover superannuation in their fee will be rejected, and the contract may be terminated. Professional practice in contemporary art does not include assisting artists to be professionally prepared for the industry. The artist must submit their tax return themselves, open bracket, even if they do it incorrectly, close bracket. If they do not have financial capacity to bring in a third party to assist them. Insurance and indemnity. Clause 10. A. Health. The artist should accept that it is most likely they will have to cover public liability insurance. The exhibition agent is not responsible for any injuries or harm incurred by the artist during the production, installation, and exhibition. If the production of artworks causes negative health effects on the artist, it is their responsibility to manage their health condition through their own health insurance. If the work causes any injuries or harm to the audience, the cost involved in the aftermath shall be covered by the artist's public liability insurance. It is the artist's responsibility to have valid and appropriate health insurance. The artist is not required to have, nor will institutions pay for the adequate or compliant health and safety training. If the artist chooses to seek out additional health and safety training, this will not be supported by the exhibition agent. The exhibition agent is willing to waive the artist's Australian occupational health and safety legal protections, including the specialist laws of WA and Victoria. It is preferred that the artist does not have the legal knowledge or financial support to dispute the removal of their protections. B. Property. The insurance for damages will only cover the cost of materials and not the value of the artwork. The valuation of the artist's works will not be done by the exhibition agent. Valuation will be completed solely by the artist, or at best, in consultation with their friends. It is preferred that the artists devalue their works to assist to keeping insurance premiums down. Copyright. Clause 11. The artist must clear all the copyright issues for works to be exhibited. The artist must have the permission of and written agreement with all persons who appear in the work. The artist must credit all the direct references to other artists' works. If artist believes that the copyright of their work is violated by other artists, it is suggested that they ignore this to save money and energy. It is advised that the artist does not attempt to appropriate copyright material unless they are of substantial renown or able to break a deal with the copyright owner or generate profit and interest for the original owner, or adequately afford the legal cost if a dispute arises. Publicity, marketing. Clause 12. The artist must produce the materials that meet the requirements of the marketing department. The artist will be the focus of marketing, regardless of their feelings on this. The artist must attend all the social events related to the exhibition. For example, preview drinks, drinks with patrons and donors, drinks with producers and curators, the opening of the exhibition and after-party dinner of the opening. At those social events, the artist should not talk to the wrong people. The artist must provide all answers to any interview questions. Answers cannot provoke conflicts or problematic discussions. The artist must perform in the interview setting at the highest professional standard. Professional media training will not be provided. The artist must provide professional photographic headshots at their own expense. The artist must agree to participate in any photo shoot events that the exhibition agent requests or organizes. The female artist must accept that their gender will be emphasized in all promotional materials. The artist must also agree to share their personal and family history with the audience, as the exhibition agent requests. The artist is obliged to contribute to a public program. The artist must provide a written text promoting the exhibition and themselves at no cost to paid marketing team. The artist must accept that the marketing team reserve the rights to edit the supplied copy or use the copy without edits in newsletters, on web page, and social media. If the marketing team requires additional content, the artist is obliged to provide information expediently and without complaint to be used by the exhibition agent as if they had developed the content themselves. Disputes. Clause 13. It is advised that the artist meets the conditions below for the settlement of disputes. A. The artist needs to have excellent skills in evaluating the power dynamics between the artist and the exhibition agent. The artist must have a clear idea of the potential gains and losses from the dispute. B. The artist must have a large social capital within the art industry. C. The artist must have a large bank balance. For duration of dispute resolution, the artist shall not give the impression that he, she, they are a difficult person. All parties involved with the exhibition, open bracket, other than the artist, close bracket, have the right to terminate their involvement at any point. If the artist and the exhibition agent fail to reach an agreement on the listed terms from Clause 2, the exhibition agent has the right to terminate the agreement. The artist can request a meeting to resolve any disagreement. The artist can suggest a neutral mediator to help address the issues. The exhibition agent retains the right to make the final decisions on the termination of the exhibition agreement. If a dispute takes place between the artist and the public, the exhibition agent has no responsibility to assist in settlement of such a dispute. The artist should handle the disputes by themselves and not have exhibition agent involved in any aspects. The exhibition agent is not expected to have the competency to identify cultural appropriation when producing the exhibition and selecting works to be exhibited. If any exhibited work is accused of cultural appropriation, the exhibition agent will not engage in the dispute. It is the artist's responsibility to resolve the dispute. If the work is made by a white artist, it is suggested that they make a public announcement concerning the artistic decisions they had made in the production of the works. If non-white artists receive complaints about cultural appropriation from other non-white communities, it is suggested that the artist attends to the dispute privately and avoid escalation into the public sphere. Scope of the agreement. Clause 14. Those terms and conditions will govern the whole of the artist's career. Those terms and conditions have no geographic boundaries and will apply regardless of any state or territory that the artist moves within. Those terms and conditions are binding until 70 years after the artist's death, or until the Western neoliberal society is liberated by alien invaders. The artist will not be bound by those terms and conditions when they no longer wish to be an artist. Open bracket. However, it may continue affecting the person subconsciously for his/her their entire life. close bracket. This contract was written with no consultation from the Arts Law Council of Australia. Footnotes. Zero is a confusing concept. Ash is not able to conceptualize that there was a time where zero was not understood. However, Siying loves zero. She thinks zero has a very cute appearance. Zero is a circle, which does not have a beginning or an end. It is philosophical and represents all the meanings of presence and existence. 1. Is mistreated. Ash feels like one now gets a bad rap for being part of the digital binary with zero. 4. Is a popular number for Ash. Ash believes his life peaked at age 4. It has all been downhill since then. 6 and 9. Siying thinks that they are lucky numbers. They project an uplifting energy. 7 is a lucky number for Ash, but only in acknowledging that this is widely accepted as a lucky number. Ash wonders if it comes from the probabilities of rolling a 7 from 2d6 dice. 8. 8 is the number that Siying loathes. In her opinion, 8 represents a culture cliché about Chinese luck and signifies the stereotypical gaze that the white and Chinese people cast on her Chinese cultural heritage. 13 is a devil-like number, which is agreed by both Siying and Ash. 14 is a taboo number for Siying. It means going to die in Mandarin. However, it is Ash's favorite number because he is intuitively attracted to the combination of 1 and 4, in the order of 1 before 4. This is the end of reading terms and conditions.